Since the awarding of the 2 patents, there's been a lot of activity. Can you give us some insight as to what the activity has been since the awarding of the patents, especially since the U.S. patent? Has there been contact with one or more of the potential infringing companies, and how has that communication and interaction gone so far?
Okay, well, I'll start back with the first award. That was Japan in very late 2020, and it was actually issued January 2021. From that date on, actually from October 2020 to now, to date, we've been doing basically analysis and study to show how complex and complicated the subject matter is. We wrote the patent. We invented the idea. And it took a year and a half of research and study to fully grasp the depth, the breadth, and the power of the patent. I doubt very seriously if anybody's put as much time and effort into analyzing as we have. And even if they did, we have a significant head start of being the inventors and authors of the actual document. So with that being said, we've contacted a few companies. We sent out notices to quite a few, okay, in various forms. I'll let you know in a secret. This new digital day and age is something that many technical, financial, and legal pundits are not fully grasping. You can send out notice via Twitter, okay, and there is precedent that backs that up. So we've sent out old-fashioned notices with letters, or we're sending out new-fashioned notices as well. Some of the notices are a little more maybe potentially in-depth than some are used to, and some are in a different form, but they have been sent. We can't be a patent troll by definition. You know, not only are we practitioners in the space, we were the first practitioner, which is how we created the invention and, filed for the patent protection application. But we're also very, very anxious to license, and or at least I am con litigation. I do not believe in litigation at all. It's not efficient. It's not timely. I believe often it's not effective unless you're a lawyer. But a few entities seem to be mistaking my ability to understand the time value of money, and they seem to be confusing that with weakness or a lack of ability to follow through with patent protection and litigation. That's not a very good idea. We've already have this funded, and we're capable of going all the way to the end with the largest entities possible. So let's not confuse my unwillingness or my not unwillingness, because I'm more than willing if necessary. Let's not confuse a prudent lack of preference for litigation with the inability to litigate. And hopefully we don't have to prove this, but if we do, then we'll be dancing. Let's dance. We have several small entities who voluntarily came up and looking to license. And I think with a little more information, this will creep up to larger entities. Unlike practically every single technology concern that I can think of, both in the crypto space and the larger space, we have a very, very, very strong financial analysis, investment valuation, and macro bent. We're very, very good at this stuff. And so we're creating reports that are both patent law, patent analysis, intellectual property analysis, and technological comment, and very strong on the financial analysis side. So Block is a perfect example of how we ran through. We did a report on Block. I think it's about 65, 68 pages, and it's ongoing, still developing. And we went through the history of Block, litigation history. We went in detail through the operation and financial model, and where they are infringing, and where they have issues in the past, and what the weaknesses are. We pulled out the Goldman Sachs credit facility that they have, and the Goldman Sachs credit facility made very clear that they weren't to have any cease and desist letters or any notices for patents, and that they had either ownership or license to any code or properties or assets that they use to do business. I don't believe that's the case with block, and I can say that with authority. So you can read between those lines. Not picking on block, but just an example. To Coinbase and JP Morgan and the big banks, Silicon Valley companies, etc. This level is very, very good. We're giving it away for free, and it is unmatched. Now it's unmatched by both Wall Street and Silicon Valley, but also the content is unheard of. In a more efficient market, in a more efficient world, the entire crypto industry, financial industry, and technological industry should be blowing these servers up, trying to down this report. So if you take a look at what is actually happening, you're having very, very strong, powerful, large, and wealthy venture capital and private equity investors going into this space, making some very, very serious mistakes, investing through DAOs without any corporate protection, buying tokens that have no access to IP, no ownership to IP, and not even protection. So you have joint and several liability for everybody who goes into the DAO. You have massive intellectual property and patent infringement risk, massive. And then you have the typical risks that everybody just knows about, but still not enough people are protecting against, such as code and execution risk, hacks, small contract bugs, etc.